Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, this is going to be an update to the actual Antifa situation here that happened in the University of Washington. Uh, Mostly just due to the fact that we get to have a little bit of the aftermath. Now, we're not going to know everything that's been going on. I know Davis Court has been covering it from the post millennial, so we'll get to see some stuff there. We also see it to where they have been throwing feces at people, they've been targeting elderly people, they're attacking news journalists. It's just a really crazy ride. And I always hold to my belief that these people are criminals and the body should be held to the highest extent of the law. So, what we have here is this from Fox News. Riley Gang says literal human feces thrown in protest of Turning Point USA at University of Washington. Uh, we have this here. It says people protesting a Turning Point USA, Seattle on Tuesday, allegedly throwing literal human feces at students checking in to hear a speech advocating against biological men competing in women's sports. The event titled "The Fight Is Far From Over" took place Tuesday evening in the university's ethnic cultural theater and was led by Riley Gaines and Olivia Klozek. It was public event open to anyone with a valid photo ID. Gaines initially wrote on X that protesters at university were chanting "God is trans" before updating her post with protesters just threw feces at the university students, which is considered biological warfare. So obviously, I don't think you guys need to know what biological warfare would be. It's just anything that is from like human fluids or whatever would be thrown at you. Yeah, you could be actually arrested for that type of stuff. So yeah, and this is what this has to show here when they're doing this type of stuff. So as soon as X starts to load the bloody thing, we'll get it going. We're just gonna reload here because it probably takes forever. God is trans! God is trans! It's really quite annoying. These people, God is trans. Jesus Christ, man. God is trans. God is trans. God is trans. God is trans. It's like these people have beyond a mental illness, and like I said, I do not care uh, for a lot of this stuff. If these people have a mental illness, they have issues. They should get help immediately, because obviously they're not mentally well. We have this here again that Trump is actually going after these people. It says Trump admin targets University of Washington for review after militants took over engineering buildings, started fires. Yeah. So Trump is not, as I said, is not effing around. Uh, Remember when I said that Trump is gonna most likely come after these people, and it's not gonna be great or good for any of these people involved? Well, guess what? That's what he's doing. He is going to be looking at this in the University of Washington and all these people, and he's probably going to request access for a lot of these people's visas. And what have you. And if they are not a part of this country, if they're on visas, they're most likely going to get deported. And then what have you. And I don't know whether or not Trump is going to do this, but Trump should is that he should label Antifa as a terrorist organization. These people are not fit to be run in our society. They should not be allowed in our society, and the fact that we have these people is crazy. Again, says he goes on to say no decision that tolerates violence, harassment, or open intimidation of Jewish students should expect to receive billions in taxpayer support. I agree. However, with the whole Jewish statement, I don't think they should have intimidation for anybody, but I do understand that Jewish people are the ones being attacked here. We shouldn't support any kind of racism whatsoever. So obviously, if you're being racist towards Jews, you should obviously be, held accountable. I'm not trying to put Jews to a higher regard. I think they should be on an equal playing field as everybody else, and we shouldn't be helping Israel much at all. That's just my opinion on that matter. But doesn't mean that if we have Jewish people in our country that are actual Americans, that they should ever be disqualified, be discriminated against, or have any type of racism toward them, because that's insanity. So it goes on here to say that on Tuesday, several agencies in the Trump administration announced a review of the incidents of anti-Semitic violence at the University of Washington and its affiliates. The announcement came after Antifa and pro-Hamas rioters took over a brand new engineering building on the campus and caused over $1 million worth of damage. Activists were protesting the university's ties to Boeing, which contributed $10 million to the construction. The agencies making the review are the Department of Education and Human Resources and the U.S. General Service Administration. So let me go break this down, okay? So there's not much actually to break down right here. But with the Boeing thing, I understand Boeing has a huge problem. I don't think that we should be giving money to Boeing at all, specifically due to the fact of how badly they are been running their airplanes so far, because they've been crashing and breaking and all this stuff, and they support a lot of DEI stuff. So I agree that the government should not be giving money to this actual company. However, this does not mean that you go out and destroy things to get your point across, because that's insanity here. Because now you're not inconveniencing, just the people that you are going up against, but you're inconveniencing everybody else in the process. So yeah. It goes on to say here that Monday night, Antifa and pro-Hamas activists rampaged inside the University of Washington's interdisciplinary engineering building. They vandalized the joint and left all kinds of evidence showing their tactics. This was methodical and planned well in advance. Obviously, this is not really a surprise here. I mean, you don't have something set up like this unless you know it's been planned in advance. The university has allowed radicals to take over the campus reportedly since the October 7th, 2023 terrorist attack on Israel, most notably allowing a violent Gaza encampment to occupy the Quad for 3 weeks last spring. UW President Anna Marie Klaus released a statement on Tuesday condemning the damage and anti-Semitism, a move that many said came too late. Well, of course, because a lot of these times that they do this, it always comes too late. They say they complain about it almost 2 months afterwards, oh, we condemn this. It's like, no, you allowed this to happen. You should have had you should have had police and SWAT come in and round these people up, and they should have been able to been labeled as a terrorist organization. So again, I don't see to where there's any good here. According to a joint statement from the government agencies, the task force to combat anti-Semitism appreciates the university's strong statement and condemning last-line violence and applauds the quick action by law enforcement officers to remove violent criminals from the university campus. While these are good first steps, the university must do more to deter future violence and guarantee that Jewish students have a safe and productive learning environment. How about this, all right? How about just having the students having a safe and productive learning environment? How about that? Maybe not just Jewish people, because I think everybody needs to have a safe and productive learning environment, considering that these monsters, these animals, these terrible people are inconveniencing everybody else in the matter with their hard-earned money. I mean, I could not imagine going to a college that I'm spending hundreds of thousands of dollars close to it, and having it shut down or having this racket or taken over because some dickwads are rioting and want things to go down or whatever. It's really, really stupid. Like, these people are, they say they're like, we love peace, we love people. It's like, no, you don't, because you're inconveniencing everybody else in the process. So, yeah, the task force review is a response to the eruption of anti-Semitic harassment and violence that occurred Monday, May 5th at University of Washington's campus in Seattle. Protesters demanded that the university divest from Boeing due to the company's military contracts linked to Gaza conflict, etc., etc. So that's what's been going on there. We have this here. Antifa agitators target elderly, throw feces, harass attendees, and protest of rally gangs. Tifa's USA event at University of Washington. So obviously these people are being violent. We're not surprised by this, right? So, again, we have this here where Katie Davis Court said a trans-Antifa militant assaulted a volunteer at the TPCA Rally Games event. The militant suspect threw a bag of feces at the victim. Tension has drastically increased. Antifa is now posted up in front of the event venue.
What are you protecting? You're protecting people like... Go back home! Go back home! Go back home! here to harm children, to take away essential care. 72% increase in suicide rates. Yep. Youth gap is a well-measured statistic at this point. You're here to kill children.
Is that poop?
Yes. Metro system, Metro Home. Job my pronoun gender group Washington. Before I get into the body of my demand divestment, it says more operational security measures. Secondly, lost my spot. Secondly, that all for the rights and livelihoods of transgender people.
It's really funny because they're like, oh, well, you're hurting children. No, you're hurting children by allowing your insanity to go on this right here, right? So, again, we have this here where breaking that Antifa militants are hunting down an elderly couple in Seattle after they left the Riley Gaines TPCU event. Police refused to make an arrest. Watch the entire clip. So we probably won't watch the entire clip, but we're gonna watch. We're gonna skip to the point.
Kill yourself, you old fucks! To see your bodies hanging from the trees.
Are you gonna be submissive and drop fucking dead for me, babe?
Imagine if a rifle shot you in the head.
Beautiful.
Like, I really want to know what is the point in all this that you're chasing these people. I mean, you could literally just say that this is just considered stalking, and that's just the reality of it. So, I mean, I'm zipping past this, obviously, but you can see that these people are these elderly people are just at a Riley event, right? They're not harming anyone. They're not doing anything wrong. And these animals are just chasing these people. For what? Well, for what purpose exactly?
You are too cocky to be a transphobe. Kill yourself, you old transphobe!
Look at these beta males, by the way. Look at these beta male type people, right?
Because they have no game.
Like, this is insane.
They can't remember when the cars, they should not be driving.
For stalking.
These two should not be
Obviously,
driving.
it's not up for debate. Like,
You're drunk? She's drunk, she
it's
can't
annoying.
drive.
Like,
She's drunk.
it's
She's drunk,
insane.
she can't drive. She's drunk, she can't drive. She's drunk, she can't drive. She's drunk, that's probable cause, she can't fucking drive.
Kill yourself. You look like you don't have a single thought in that mind. You just follow.
Transphobia rats or joints. Dead. Drop fucking dead. Drop fucking dead.
Yeah, exactly my point. Like, we don't want to put these people under the terrorist organization here. We don't want to put them like under being actual terrorists. I mean, these people are literally harassing these elderly people for no actual legitimate reason. I mean, there isn't really a legitimate reason to harass anybody, to be honest. Let's just be fair here. But if we're gonna do something here, right? What is their purpose or reasoning to wanting to chase these people, these elderly people, and say drop effing dead, right? I mean, what are we doing here? Like, any rational person that has somebody that's chasing them would have every right to pull out a gun and shoot at them, because you don't know what they're doing when they're chasing you, right? Like, again, stalking is a problem, and there's been women that have been obviously raped in these situations to where it's a problem, right? So where they after they've been stalked. So obviously this is not ideal. Of course, we have this here that Antifa causes over $1 million damage to University of Washington during Gaza protests. We have this here as well, where King County public defender among 30 arrested after Antifa confiscated of University of Washington building. So yeah, even a public defender was arrested here in this situation. That's, I mean, quite interesting. So that's what we have here. We have the last thing here that we have is that the people where Antifa were chasing these people, right? So obviously, this is what we have.
Why are you scared?
Uh-oh.
I'm just walking.
Stop! Don't touch me!
You guys liked it.
Thank you. Dude, run! Run! Run, run, run! Mace! Run!
Scared? Why are you scared?
Again, this is not something that you do. This is terroristic level type stuff here. Like, what are we doing? This is the reason why Antifa needs to be put under a terrorist organization. They just need to be. Like, enough is enough. Trump, what are you doing? We have this here: the Trump administration to halt new research grants for Harvard as battle over political ideology and academic freedom flares. So that's good, right? But again, this is not enough. This is not enough. Trump, as I said here, Trump needs to put these people under a under a terrorist organization, and these things needs to happen because these people are causing too much mayhem, too much chaos, destroying things, causes $1 million of damage, and it's just not beneficial to anybody. All right, guys, so that's it for the video. Like, share. As always, take care, my friends.